Welcome everybody to episode 331 of Fergo and the Freak. My name's the Glorious League Freak and we have some breaking news. Australia and New Zealand have just announced that they have withdrawn from the 2021 Rugby League World Cup. Who knows where that leaves the tournament's future? I would suggest now that we will see the tournament postponed until next year sometime. To have the two biggest nations in rugby league withdraw from the World Cup, we'll probably see a domino effect, especially with Pacific Island nations who I don't know how they were ever supposed to fund all of the things you need to put in place to make sure players are safe going over there to the UK while we're in the middle of a global pandemic and while the numbers for COVID-19 are going up right across the world. It's sad news. Nobody wanted to see this happen, but I think the writing has been on the wall for some time. I did a really long podcast yesterday about this. It felt like the most somber podcast that we've probably ever done on Fergo and the Freak, but this decision now, I guess, gives everyone a chance to sort out where the future of the World Cup is going to be. Are we going to have it next year? I would be extremely surprised if they went ahead with a much smaller tournament at the end of this year. And as one of my followers just said, I think it was David, he said that it would be interesting to see if we saw France take on England in the Rugby League World Cup final at the end of the year. You know what? I'd weirdly find that really entertaining. But, you know, the more likely scenario is that the World Cup will be postponed until next year. And it just seems right. I mean, even when you look at the Olympics at the moment, in the Olympic Games, they're having dozens of athletes that are turning up and spreading COVID-19 right through the Olympic Village. And it's just a really bad time to hold an international tournament right now. It's really unfortunate. Everyone would love the World Cup to go ahead, but we'll see what happens. We've still got all of the announcements to come out of the UK from the organising committee of the World Cup. It'll be interesting to see what they said. Apparently the Australian Rugby League and the NRL had been saying to them for some time now that it's probably a good idea to postpone things. We've seen a lot of pretty careless comments out of the UK. There'll be a lot of attacks on Australia in particular from the UK now. They'll ignore New Zealand. That tends to be what they do for some weird reason. I don't know why. But I thought I'd bring you the breaking news on the podcast. It's also up on leaguefreak.com at the moment. Any new news that comes to hand, I'm just going to put it straight on the article that I've posted there. But you're all up to speed. It's a very, very short episode, but these breaking news episodes are always going to be short episodes. Anything that happens from this point on will be part of a bigger episode, but because this is breaking news, I want to get it to you first. So here it is. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope you enjoy the footy this weekend. There's some pretty cool games coming up. Looking forward to the game tonight between the Eels and the Raiders. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.